Hi, Roland. How are you today?
I'm doing just great.
That's good to hear. And where are you in the world?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, so what's the weather like today?
Actually, today it's sunny. It's supposed to get warmer. We had a little chill yesterday, but things are looking up.
That's good. Things are looking up. I like that. They're looking up for us as well. It's like we're going to have our conference in a month and a bit. And I'm very, very excited to hear your story about how did you come across hypnosis?
I actually got interested in hypnosis as a method of training. I was doing officer survival training for law enforcement,
Okay.
and one of the things that they don't do is practice. So I started wondering if I could teach directly to the unconscious mind, if I could increase the likelihood that they would be able to perform when a crisis happened and they didn't have time to think, so the unconscious could just help them perform. So I sought out some hypnosis training, actually ran into someone who was doing something similar in the training. But during the training, I found out a lot more about what hypnosis could do, and I found that very interesting.
When was that?
About 12 years ago, I think. Oh, actually, maybe 14 years ago. I think it was around 2012.
Wow. And since then, you've been working with hypnosis
On and
on and
off,
off.
stirring the pot, stirring the pot whenever possible.
Okay. And what is one of the things that you like in hypnosis?
The thing that I find most interesting about hypnosis is that, contrary to popular belief, there are no limits. We don't know what it can or can't do, because what it can or can't do is actually a result of what the individual's mind can or can't do. And we don't know where those boundaries are.
I have to agree with you on the fact that we don't know. So who do you think puts the limits?
The individuals,
Okay. Do you think the limits are being programmed into us?
in the case of hypnotists, yes, by their instructors.
All right.
In the case of the clients, I think they just don't know. They don't really know what to expect. All they see is what they see on TV or in movies. So they don't really know what the possibilities are.
I
Just like they don't know what their own
yeah.
possibilities are.
I think once I heard that the mind cannot imagine something it never experienced or something like that. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. Well, never mind. That's not for us to discuss here, but it's a very interesting and I think it's a bold statement. We are limitless. I like it. Now, your presentation is called Performing Meaningful Demonstrations. So I have a feeling that you're going to demonstrate something in the presentation. Is that a
Um,
fair assumption?
yes, my entire the focus of most of my career in hypnosis has been on efficiency.
Okay.
So I've spent a lot of time looking at how to eliminate all of the fluff and just get down to what is the minimum amount of work or effort that needs to be expended to get a result. And I was sitting around one day asking myself that question when I didn't have anything better to do. And I came up with about 20 words that could actually generate change.
Okay. Please do not tell them now. I want to
I'm
keep it
not
for
going to.
good.
That's right. So the net result is that I have a very simple, like I said, roughly 20 words, give or take a couple, process that can be used for networking. It can be used for group or individual demonstrations, and it can be used therapeutically as a My Friend John story.
Okay.
So it's extremely powerful in its simplicity. And what I really like about it is it really forces people to take a look at hypnosis in a very different light.
I'm dying to ask you what kind of light that will be, but I guess we'll wait with that.
It's it's different for everyone.
Okay. So the presentation will have demonstration, like it's more it has an experiential part to it.
Yes, to
Okay,
some extent.
cool.
It's important to understand how I think about hypnosis because that lays a lot of the foundation for how the hypnotist has to think in order to make the technique work.
Okay. And you're going to tell us how you think about
Of
hypnosis.
course,
Fantastic.
of course.
Good. Now, what would you like people to take from that?
What I would hope is a couple of things. First, that they realize that hypnosis can be something very different than what they think it is. And secondly, that opens their minds to look at how they're doing what they're doing so that they can actually improve what they're doing and the way they do it to benefit their clients more.
That sounds like a very important thing, I think, for everyone, no matter what kind of hypnosis people do. I think that's a very important process to go through. Reevaluate,
Mm-hmm.
rethink, look at how you work, maybe with an open mind to new concepts.
And being critical of how you're doing things, not just accepting them.
It means being critical, but questioning, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Always questioning, not from a place of doubt, but being like, what am I doing? And why am I doing what I'm
And
doing? Not just,
can I do it better?
mm, that's true. Yeah. So don't just follow the herd or follow the instructions blindly because that's what was said. And I'm very,
Right. A long time ago, I had an instructor who said something that turned out to be very profound. At the end of a class, he said, if there's one thing you take from this class, it's this: never, ever, ever do anything without a purpose.
yeah.
And if you start to live life purposely, and for example, look at how you do hypnosis to ensure that everything you do actually serves a purpose, your whole world changes.
To me, it reminds me when I studied with Richard Bendler, NLP, and he was talking about people saying, "Oh, I didn't mean to." Well, maybe it's time you start to mean and
Mm-hmm.
think about what you actually do and say. And that was for me a profound change, starting to think about the words that I use and why I use
Yes.
them. Or it sounds to me
And
like, please.
what I eventually did is looked at every technique that I was taught and said, okay, why do I do
Yeah.
this step? What is its purpose in the client? And I started stripping stuff away and life got much easier.
Well, I'm glad that somebody does that so you can give us the shortened version after you did all the hard work. And it will be fantastic to learn from you 20 words that can make
Give or take.
give and take. We're not going to count, but how to perform a much more meaningful demonstration. Because I think that's an important skill to have. And I think it's going to be fascinating presentation. A wizard like you,
It will be
please work your magic on
it
us.
will it, it will be different.
Um, Knowing you, I can bet on that. That's for sure. Roland, first of all, thank you very much for being part of this dream coming into life. And I'm very, very excited to see you on the 25th and 26th of April at the Hypnotic Horizon. And everyone is invited. We want to see you there. It's free, it's fun, and it's open to everyone. So join us. And just imagine 20 more or less words that can really change life. Now,
It can.
I know it can. And I'm looking forward to learn them and their purpose, not just the words.
And I'm looking forward to sharing it with all of you.
Roland, thank you so much. And we see you soon.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Bye bye.
Bye.